How did this fight come about? When were you both on each other's radars?
So first happened when he called me out. He did an IFL TV interview and he called me and Campbell Hatton out, and then I reacted, and then here we are.
Why Jordan?
Coogan asked us what steps I want to take to move forward in my career, and I believe Jordan's a good domestic fighter, which is a step in the right direction, the way I want to move, and I believe he's a tough test for this stage of my career, so that's why I called his name.
It's been attack on sight whenever you've come head to head in front of each other. Where does the bad blood stem from? Or is it just two young competitive fighters that are extremely confident?
Obviously after I won, emotions were high. He was talking like he's some sort of gangster. And obviously I pushed him and he tried to put his hands on us a couple of times now, but he behaved himself the last time we seen each other, so we're all good now.
That's the one thing that I didn't like. That's where it started actually. When I turned up at the fight, he was saying that, oh, you're from Oxford and you're not bad, you're from Oxford, this, that, and that's been a big thing. It's been like, why does that matter where you're from? You know what I mean? That's how it first started.
Oxford, the North East, expecting big support on the night?
100%. I think the fight's being built now. To be honest, I think the fight being postponed, it's only done it better. I think people want to see it more. It's created a lot of interest. Once I flatten them the way I'm going to, hopefully all them Oxford fans and stuff jump on the Cameron Vuong bandwagon.
Jordan, has it annoyed you in any way, the way that Cameron sort of burst onto the scene?
Nah, not really. It doesn't matter. Like, if anything, it's worked out good for me. I've had some fights before him, and he's called me out. We get to take him out and put our name right there. So it's worked out. It's worked out quite nice.
You've, like I say, you've piled up a decent record. The one draw, if you want to call it a blemish, but you tried and tested at that distance. Do you think this is a step too far for Cameron?
I believe so. Yeah, he's had 4 fights against 4 journeymen, respectively.
I'm not here to pad my record, Darren. I want to show what I'm about.
Personally, I think that you wasn't expecting a reaction from calling out my name.
I think he thinks he's not.
I'm genuinely asking, why do you think
you're
you're
gonna
a
see
superstar? Why are you a
Listen.
superstar? It's a genuine question, bro.
He's a jealous man. He's jealous of the spot.
There's nothing to be jealous about.
I've got a great team behind us. A lot of people who believe in the skill set.
And so do I.
Can't even talk.
You touched on the stoppages there. You've had 3 and 4. You've just had the 1.
I've had more stoppages in 4 fights than you've had in your whole career.
But you haven't knocked out no one though. It's not like you've knocked them out.
But neither have you.
The ref has just blown off the fight. He's got bored.
But neither have you.
So, yeah, but look at the guys you're fighting, bro. The journeyman that I've fought, yeah.
And who have you fought?
The journeyman that I've fought.
Exactly.
These guys have never been stopped. You know how they are yourself. They've had 100 fights, never been stopped. This guy wouldn't move him anywhere. You know what I'm saying? He's fighting guys that are giving up. They're not even throwing a punch back. The ref's just waving off the fight. You're gonna learn, bro. Once you're getting hit by
the journeyman that you fought. So you're admitting that you fought journeyman, right? I've had 4 fights.
At the beginning of my career, I've fought.
Right. You're correct.
Everyone has. So have you.
Listen,
all of your guys have been journeymen.
Listen, mate. You're correct. I've had 4 fights. No one's seen nothing yet. But we've seen what you can do.
They've all been journeymen.
We've seen what you can do. We've seen you on 10 occasions, and on 10 occasions, you've stunk the place out. Correct or incorrect?
That's incorrect.
Correct or incorrect?
You haven't seen me on 10 occasions.
Who was your best performance?
You've seen me.
Who was your best performance?
You've seen me against Kane Baker.
So that was your best performance?
No, that's all you've seen. Who else have you seen me against?
So I'm asking you, out of your 10 fights, which one was your best performance?
Mate, they were all decent performances. Every fight is different.
Okay, I'm happy you think that. You turn up like that.
But once you see me against someone like you'll see a different.
Yeah, you turn up like you have any of the past 10, and you're gonna get rendered unconscious. I promise you that.
Mate, I can guarantee you that is not. I can guarantee you that is not happening.
Promise you that.
We'll see.
In my 4 fights, I've looked better than you have in any of your 10.
Yeah, but look at your opponents. Look at your opponents.
Mate, you've only boxed journeyman as well. Kane Baker's a journeyman.
Kane Baker will put it on you. Kane Baker will put it on you. He's not a journeyman, is he really?
Right, let me ask you this. Are you a super featherweight, yes or no?
Yes.
So why have 8 of your 10 fights been at 135 and above?
Mate, I'm a super
featherweight.
Are
you a bully? Are you a bully?
Are you a bully, bro? You're calling out a super featherweight.
A super featherweight?
What weight am I? What weight am I? So, what weight am I last few fights?
So if you're a super featherweight, why are 8 of your 10 fights at 135 and above?
Mate, my fighting weight, championship weight, is super featherweight.
That you've only boxed at twice?
You haven't even boxed at lightweight. You haven't even made the weight.
You're the heaviest you've been.
Have you made 135?
The heaviest
you've been. 135 on the night?
Yeah, no problem.
Have you made it before though?
Yeah, mate. I used to box at 60 kilograms in the amateur.
You've never made 135 though in the pros.
You fought a 139.5 in one of your fights,
Yeah,
and you're
mate,
trying to call me a weight bully.
This is on the
Makes
day.
no
This is
sense.
on the day weighing. That's what we're walking around at. This is on
Jordan,
the day.
you said you've fought some fighters that have been in this shell, and that's the reason you've only had the one stoppage. Do you believe you punch harder than Cameron Vuong?
Potentially, yeah, I think I do. I've not seen devastating power from this guy. He's sharp. I think he's a good fighter and he's a sharp fighter, but I've not seen devastating power from him. No.
You was ringside at Jordan's last fight. You wasn't impressed, was you?
I wanted him to win. To be honest, I was nervous when he was eating shots and.
What was your thoughts at the end?
Honestly, I just think he shouldn't block shots with his face, and I was nervous that he was going to get beat. Them first 2 rounds, I thought if he gets beat, yeah, this fight's off. There's no point in this fight. I was rooting for Jordan. I was happy when he won.
You feel Jordan's been ungrateful. What do you mean by that?
Because before I called his name, he'd been dropped by Matchroom. He had no fights lined up. I've called his name and I've brought him out the door. Correct or incorrect? Would you be fighting on these shows if I didn't mention your name?
I was already fighting on these shows before you.
So why did Matchroom drop you then?
They didn't drop me. Who dropped me?
You're not signed to Matchroom,
It doesn't
right?
matter if I'm not
Who you
signed.
signed with?
We're still on the shows. It doesn't matter. Most people aren't signed. It doesn't matter. We're still on. I've been on the shows before him.
Yeah. And then after you drew with Kane Baker, you got
Mate,
dropped.
I was
no?
coming back on. Trust me, I was coming back on.
You're
We're
on these
fighting
shows
you.
because of me, whether you like that or not, Jordan.
Mate, I
Enjoy
was
your
on-
last few moments.
Listen. We was on the shows before you. Do you not remember? You've done all your research. Do you not remember?
Okay. But I'm saying, if I didn't mention your name, you would not be back
I
here.
would be on there. Of course I would.
Okay, mate.
Cameron wasn't impressed with you last time. Have you been impressed with Cameron?
I'll be honest, I didn't actually know anything about this guy until he called me out. And then I thought, who is he? So I took a little look at him. And I went to his last fight. I wasn't impressed with that either, no. He was fighting a punch bag. He didn't throw a punch bag. And the ref got bored in the 6th round and just waved the fight off. That's what happened. That's when I was there ringside.
There's been a bit back and forth as well with your amateur records careers. Who does have the better amateur pedigree?
This is not amateur boxing, it's professional boxing. And it's a 10-round fight and he's in for a long night. I don't think he realises the trouble he's in. I'm not here to talk about amateur boxing, this is professional boxing.
It is professional boxing. You haven't been in a 10-round fight. Have you done 10 rounds before?
You're going to find out, mate. I don't think it'll go 10.
You are going to find out. Trust
Oh,
me.
mate.
You are going to find out.
You've mentioned this quite a few times, this injury to Cameron Vuong. What do you think happened there? I mean, I've heard you say that it was a shoulder injury, then it was was it a cough, some sort of cough?
Sam
Do you
Jones
think they've
said it was
used this to bide more time?
chesty cough. Yeah, I think he needed more time, 100%.
For what? Why?
You obviously, there was a few reasons probably. Maybe he couldn't make weight, wasn't performing in the gym. It's just, it is what it is, isn't it? He needed more time. He can have as much time as he wants to get ready for the fight. It doesn't make no difference.
Cameron, you're a big favourite with the bookies. Do you understand why? What do you think about that also? Being the underdog in this fight, does it surprise you with the record you've had, the fighters you've been in with?
No, it doesn't surprise me because obviously there's a lot of hype behind him, so they're gonna favour him. That's how he's being promoted and being pushed. So it doesn't surprise me, no. And it doesn't bother me, to be honest. It doesn't mean anything.
To be honest, I think the bookies are more confident than me. I've had a little look at the odds, Darren, and they've got it as a landslide, but it's not often that they're wrong, and they're not wrong because June 22nd I'm gonna put on a masterclass, and he's gonna find out just why and what the hype's all about.
Are you feeling, does this feel different? Obviously it is different. It's a big fight, there's needle, there's bad blood. Are you feeling both, honestly, are you feeling the pressure? Because this is a must win. I know it's early days in your career, but you don't want to lose to a bitter rival. Are you feeling the pressure of this fight?
I think every fight there's pressure to win, but there's no extra pressure. It's just a fight at the end of the day. I'm enjoying this more than any other fight. It's like being back in the amateur days when you're fighting against a good fighter. There's no point fighting these bums and these random people. So fair play to him. He's stepped up early. So I will give you that credit.
No pressure for me, Darren.
No pressure.
I put a lot of pressure on myself anyway. If I can't beat this man. If I lost to this man, you'd never see me again.
Make sure you stick to that then, yeah?
Yeah, we'll see.
Where does the winner go? And where does the loser go here?
To be honest, I just think he goes back into the door. Forgotten about again.
I'm more known than this guy. He's acting like he's a superstar. Bro, before you called my name out, no one knew you.
Jordan, tell Cameron how you're going to win this fight.
I'm gonna win this fight by any means necessary. This guy's never been tested ever, like I've stated from day one. He's never been in with anyone like me ever in your life. I'm telling you, he's never
mate.
amateur or pro. This guy's been boxing kids in the amateurs as well, and you were lucky to win in your finals of the ABA as well.
Mate.
He won on a split decision against a little good kid that I know as well, and it was a very close fight. So this guy has not been in yet with someone that's coming from him. Trust me.
You think your level's above?
I believe that I'm levels above in every department, yeah.
Inside the distance, points?
Potentially, I'm not going to predict that, but I'm getting the win whichever way.
Cameron?
This guy blocks punches with his face. Darren, I'm better across the board. However he wants it, he can have it. Box at long range. We box at long range, how do you win? You don't. I'll ping you long range. If you want to have a dog fight, I'll walk you down and beat you up on the inside as well. Stand in the centre of that ring and we'll dog it out then.
Yeah, we'll go.
No problem, okay.
Centre of the ring from the bound one, we'll go do it. Yeah?
We'll see, mate.
You be ready?
See how much of a bad man you are on
be
June
ready?
22nd.
You think you can get the job done inside the distance?
I know I'll get the job done inside the distance.
You're predicting a stoppage?
100% stoppage. It won't see the 10th round down.
This guy's delusional.
Right, we often see it, sometimes we don't. Will we see a handshake?
Listen, I'll shake his hand. It's a sport at the end of the day. See you June 22nd, mate.
Hands are sweaty, your hands are sweaty.
You know, June 22nd, I'll help him up, I'll pick him up. Enjoy this, because it's your last time under these bright lights. I'm telling you.
Mate, you're lucky that I'm giving you this clout. You're lucky. Bro, what did you call me out for? For this attention? That's what it was for. You had no intentions of fighting me. You got forced into this fight.
It's a British level step up.
Mate, you got forced into this
Your
fight.
ceiling is British level, yeah? You understand that, yeah?
And what level are you right now?
How old are you? 27?
What level are you
27,
right now?
you're supposed to be in your prime. By
Mate,
the time I'm 27...
We're not in the prime yet.
By the time I'm
We're not in the prime
27...
yet.
I'm not in my prime yet, no.
Yeah, neither am I.
By the time I'm 27, if I'm still boxing at British level, I'd retire, mate. I'd go and hand me CV in on a building site or somewhere and get a job. That's what I would do. If I was 27 and I was where you are, I'd pack in, mate.
Everybody's different, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. And that's your ceiling, then that's fine. I'm going to the top, mate.
This
is your ceiling.
I'm going to the top. Everyone's different. Everyone's success rates come at different times.
Yeah, and yours isn't coming, pal.
Isn't it?
Nah.
Mate, yours is ending.
You've reached your ceiling at 27 years old.
Yours is ending on June 22nd.
Okay, mate, we'll see. You're going to get beat up by a 21-year-old kid, June 22nd, embarrassed in front of all your little Oxford fans.
We will see.
We will, mate.
Mate, you was running out from the Oxford fans.
You do not want to miss this one, live on The Zone,